Hello, hello, hello. My name is NicholassRivas. I talk about politics and stuff, and today we're going to be talking about the East Palestine, Ohio issues going on. By the way, East Palestine sounds so funny to me, but on a somber note, a water contamination leak occurred during a train derailment in Ohio. Terrible, awful. It's a huge disaster, and unfortunately, not much media is giving it play or as much play as I think it deserves. Because I check the news every day and I see it every time I see people saying it's not. It's not on the media. It is. Now, is it front facing? No. It took a while for it to be, and a lot of reporters were being silent. So I'm not trying to say there isn't any malintent with the reaction from the media, but it's not as severe as I think people are saying. I've been seeing it on front page of Reuters, CNN, Fox, especially, of course, because this slanders Biden, but it's not like I have not seen this, right? The issue is, though, the more details, and what I'm hearing is local reporters are being shut down from reporting, and I think there's been lies very similar to Flint in regards to how safe the water is, and people are making contradictory information saying, hey, this is not safe, look at this, and they'll show a video, and that video is shut down really quick by the mass media. So there is nefarious things going on. What I wanted to talk about was the, for one, blunder that is going on with the Biden administration, because I'm not seeing any reaction to the Ohio cleanup. I think a lot of it is just lies, and I'm very confused, right? Like, I don't think Biden is putting his finger on the pulse and saying, just kill these Ohioans, they voted for Trump. But I see it very similar to the Flint situation where Obama kind of just neglected it. Now, that was him leaving, so I understood politically he didn't give a shit, that, right? That was like one of his last things before he left office. Biden, though, this is a really stupid play for him politically, right? Obviously, in a moral factor, I wish he would care about the Ohio people, but then he went to Ukraine. Now, the Ukraine stuff is very odd to me, and it's actually made me change my policy and politics very drastically. I used to be the type of person to say, like, my foreign policy is like, fuck them. I don't care. I don't care if you're in Palestine. I don't care if you're in Colombia. I don't care about you. Like, we're cool with you. We'll do trade, but we ain't fighting your damn wars. That's always my mindset. With Ukraine, I was in the same position. I'm like, why the fuck are we there? Get the hell out of there. I don't want to be there, yada, yada. But now, after hearing some great arguments, I've been very flip-floppy on this. And I'll admit that. Hey, you know what? I don't think this is a clear-cut situation. I definitely have my lines. I don't want to see Biden send ground troops, boots on the ground, right? But giving Ukraine money, if it means that we're fighting for the greater good, yeah, honestly, I think I'm on the side of it. I used to be disgusted with the thought that we're fueling war, but they were attacked, right? And I mean, who the hell are we to call what's good and bad when we destroyed Afghanistan, right? We were the awful instigators. So it's a very complex topic to me. And I definitely feel the anger when people see that we're sending billions of dollars, trillions of dollars, and then meanwhile Ohio is struggling. I have that complaint with all presidents. I've had that complaint with all administrations. But that's a separate topic. When Biden then visited Ukraine, and granted this was probably a scheduled visit, you have to plan these things out because Ukraine is a war zone. But it just seems so odd to see him in Ukraine, and Trump showed up to Ohio today. And I have to give credit where credit's due. Trump showing up to Ohio made me respect that. He was the only one I'm hearing from that side actually going and attending and fighting for these people. Now, you could argue that the train derailment, and it's not even that far-fetched to say, was caused by him with his unsupportive actions against, I think, the braking system that caused this accident. It wasn't the main reason. I do have to read this again, but the train derailment did not get helped by the Trump administration, whereas Biden was putting in place that braking bill. I think it was a kind of like a reinvigoration of the braking systems on these trains that would have potentially saved this train derailment. No. So I have my complaints with Trump. I don't think he's the better man when it comes to the infrastructure of our country. Just as we speak in Arizona, Biden has passed a water bill. Biden has passed a infrastructure bill for our roads, something that Trump neglected. But then again, Trump is a privatized core to his center. Like, you can't fight that. But in regards to this situation right now, Trump is doing amazing work. He looks great to the people of Ohio. And that's how you win Ohio. And on a moral level, that's how you live and sleep with yourself at night. Like, how do you not want to go and support these people when you kind of fucked them up? And same with Biden. Like, you could be doing more. You could not be suppressing. Now, like I said, I don't think he's pulling the triggers on these, right? You have to look at them. Like, I'm not going to get mad at the barber for the way the climate is. No, he's a barber, right? Not to say the president is that equivalent, but it's like Biden is making bills to stop things like the train derailment where Trump wasn't, right? So you can make that argument, but for him to still show up and be a fucking man, be a decent human, that's what we're looking for, right? That's where I go and say, don't be a puss, be a man. Look at these people in the face and say, you know what, I messed up, I failed you, right? I don't think Trump is doing that, but to just show up and give that solidarity. When he went to Puerto Rico, he was out there looking goofy, throwing paper towels, but at least he was there. Like, I honestly am just disgusted with Biden right now. Now, again, I think Biden is the better man in the overall, but it just makes me, like, angry that these guys are even our choice. I would rather much have somebody on the level of a Bernard Sandals or a Marine Waters, Watterson, the hippie chick, Marianne Williamson, rather than the Trumps and the Bidens. Like, this is such a low bar. And I don't want to give credit to anybody because, like I said, they're both just this faulty, disgusting group of men who run our country. And I'm looking at this like, thank you for doing the bare minimum, Trump, when you could have prevented this. Thank you, Biden, for making Trump look great when you could have just showed up. Like, it just angers me. But we'll see what happens. This is going to bite him in the ass because this is a big news, and this is Flint 2.0. We are neglecting a group of people, and a group of people that really can make a big swing onto the election. Like, if you lost Ohio and we keep losing Ohio, and maybe it's a far gone point, it just makes me sick because that's how they look at us. Like, if Arizona stopped voting, would they even give a shit? No, they wouldn't. But it is what it is, I guess, and I'm going to keep my eyes peeled and keep criticizing Biden as much as I can. From my perspective, he did wrong. I'm usually a defender of him because I am left-leaning, and he did wrong here. Trump did right. Thank you so much. Y'all have a good one. Goodbye.